My name is Dr. Scott Carver, and I'm a wildlife ecologist, and I mostly focus on infectious diseases that impact wildlife, but also to a certain extent humans and domestic animals as well, and try and understand diseases in their populations and how to manage them. So I'm working with some colleagues in North America, and we're studying mountain lions, and we're trying to study how their diseases are transmitted in their populations and how we manage their populations and how that impacts the transmission of diseases in those populations as well. So capturing a mountain lion to understand what diseases it has is a huge amount of work. You have to work with a team of people to help find the mountain lion, and then in many cases chase it up a tree so that you can actually go and anaesthetize the animal and then be able to sample it. And so these are big, powerful animals that are not easy to work with, and it takes a whole day just to capture one. Once we've safely brought them out of the tree so that they don't hurt themselves when they're slowly falling asleep through the anesthetics that we give them, we take a lot of measurements of them. We take some blood samples so that we're able to sort of understand the diseases that they have, and also for other studies too. And then we put a radio collar on them that goes around their neck, and that means that we can track where they move and who they interact with in their populations as well. And we can come back and we can figure out where they are without having to actually go and chase after them again and disturb the animal. Wombats at Narontapu National Park have gone through a big population decline in the last 5 years. Their populations were up around about 200 individual animals across this park, so it's a really healthy, really abundant population. And then the population just started crashing as this disease swept into the population. We think it comes from domestic dogs originally, but wombats are highly susceptible to it, and that's called sarcoptic mange. And that causes wombats to lose hair down the sides of their body and around their shoulders. It blocks up their eyes so they can't see very well, and also their ears so they can't hear. And ultimately it can cause them to die. And so we're trying to understand how mange impacts wombats and how to manage it in their populations. So I work on a mosquito-borne disease that's called Ross River virus, and it occurs across Australia, and it's Australia's most important mosquito-borne disease. It causes up to about 7,000 or 8,000 human cases of the disease a year in Australia, and that costs Australia tens of millions of dollars in healthcare costs and lost productivity in the workforce. And there are really different dynamics of this disease from the north of Australia, where there's big epidemics every year, to the south of Australia, where it can be 4 years between epidemics, it could be 8 years, it could be even longer. And so we don't really know what's driving these cycles, and I'm trying to figure that out.